Auditor Yost today, and I'm glad that he is here today to join in this press conference. Dave has really been a leader when it comes to government efficiency, but also accountability when it comes to officials at the state level and the local level. And he's going to come up here and say a few words about why he thinks this will be a great tool for taxpayers, and talk a little bit about how this may interface with what he's doing in the State Auditor's Office. I think we're fortunate to have a leader like Dave in the State Auditor's Office. I think he's really transformed the office in a variety of ways, and I'm proud that he's standing here shoulder to shoulder with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, Auditor Yost.
You know what? Thank you, Treasurer Mandel, for this important initiative. You mentioned, and I think we share, a vision of limited government, accountable government, but I want to emphasize that this is not a conservative issue or a liberal issue. I was in Cleveland last year, and we were talking about one of our programs to help skinny down government. And this fella came up to me afterward and said, "I just love what you're doing. You know, this skinny government, this is great, saving money, getting more efficient. We need more of this at every level of government." And I was happy to see that, hear that. And I was nodding and saying, "Yeah, I think we share a vision of what government ought to look like." And he said, oh no, you're a Republican. I'm a socialist. I want more services and more taxes," he said. "But I want the money spent wisely." So no matter what our vision of the role of government in our lives and in the public space is, Josh's team's initiative here today is something that I think every citizen who has to pay taxes can support. I don't think it's too much to say that if local governments will accept this initiative, this invitation, that this could be the most important initiative for transparency and public access since the Public Records Act itself was passed by the General Assembly and signed into law. Many of you know I was once a newspaper reporter, and one of the adages we learned in J school was follow the money. That's because the words can lead in different directions and can sometimes say things that they don't mean to say, but where the money goes is where the actual actions are happening, where the business of government is being done. I'd like to reach out. Most of you know I came from local government. I served on my hometown city council. I was a county auditor, county prosecutor. This is important. Every person who gives part of their career or their life to public service gets into it because they want to make a difference. And I think that almost all the people that work in public service around the state share my dismay at the level of distrust that has grown of government. Now, the good news is local government is trusted more by the people than state government, and state government a lot more than federal government. But the fact of the matter is, when you have a third or more, even in the best surveys, showing that they distrust government, there's a fundamental disconnect between those who lead and those who are served. To those of us, to my colleagues in local government, this is our chance to show trust to the people. This is our chance to rebuild the trust that's been lost in the years since the Pentagon Papers and Watergate and all the scandals that have come and gone in between them. This is a time to show that we are not afraid for the truth to be seen. And wouldn't it be an awesome thing for all of us, not just for Treasurer Mandel or this particular initiative, but for all of us, the people who work for the public as well as the public itself, if this was a step toward a way back, toward a place where government is once again viewed as a servant that can be trusted to do the right thing. I think it's a huge step. Treasurer Mandel, congratulations to you and your team, and I'm hoping that everybody's going to get on board with this.